So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl Barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. Welcome to another amazing episode of the crazy week that was with Barrister Neze. And if you're new here or you're already a regular watcher and you're not subscribed, do hit the subscribe icon to stay glued to this beautiful face, bringing you all the sweet, delicious gist happening in your world, okay? So without further ado, let us dive right into all the stories that made this week the crazy week that was. Nedu Brazil, Nedu Japan, Nedu Malay, Nedu Wazobia. Naija. Well, if you don't know Nedu is an on-air personality here in Nigeria, and this week Nedu shook the internet. He trended for all the right, wrong, and not so right reasons. So there was him taken to a podcast, the Honest Bunch podcast, to allege that our BB Naija ladies basically go to that show to showcase themselves, advertise themselves, and make themselves known for all those men, sugar daddies, to pick them. In fact, they were up there just to project themselves and make themselves available for runs. Prostitution, looking for customers. That was what Nedu broke the table and left no single fiber or wood left on that table.
I want Big Brother. Do you know what Big Brother does for you? It takes you from here, boom, shoots you up, but there's no substance to hold you onto. Nakpekus, most of them get to offer. They intentionally go there just to get customers.
Who says that's a bad thing? Customer, they turn husbands. Now they use short eye. They look at me. Which one of you here will not be happy to find somebody that is willing to give you millions?
Just to wipe
my
you.
leg.
Just
no, thank you.
My dear, we are all happy. We all want that.
And trust the alumni. They took a swipe at him. Angel, for one, who was not having it, she insulted him. Even Cross, who is a guy, also told him to cut this lady some slack, that many of them are business owners, entrepreneurs, womanpreneurs, CEOs on WhatsApp and all of that, and that all of them didn't have to sleep their way to the top or sleep their way around to afford all the luxuries that they show us on social media. So that was Nedu being controversial last week, but that's not all. Nedu went ahead again to say that he walked into two socialites, two influencers in the act, pleasing and satisfying a certain man right at Hilton Hotel in Abuja, and that he bumped into the scenario and was shocked to see our fave in the act. Two of them getting intimate with one man, and a lot of fingers began pointing at some of your favorite TikTokers. Different suspects started running kitty and kata. He sets the internet ablaze. We all know who the suspects are. I don't want to mention it, but Nedu was just breaking tables and chairs and side stools, left, right, back, front, and center this week, and we're up for it. But the gist concerning Nedu that I want to talk about is not even any of these two. It's that involves him flaunting his new lover, his new babe, on social media for the first time. Now, if you do not know why this is gist or why I am talking about it, wait a second, I am coming. I go nowhere. So Nedu was previously married to this lady called Hazel Uzo. They were married in 2013, and their marriage was blessed with 3 children, a boy and 2 girls. So fine, they were married. We were under the impression that all was good and fine with them. We didn't pay them so much mind, we felt that life was going on with them, until that last year's saga, Two-Face and Annie Idibia saga, and Hazel came to social media and decreed and declared that it is such a perfect time to call out useless men. Those were her words. Now, in a bid to expose her celebrity OAP husband, she wrote in this Instagram post that it seems like a good time to call out useless men, and then she went ahead to tag the official Instagram handle of her husband, Nedu. She tagged him with her full chest, and she said, I am tired. Nedu, I am tired. She then went ahead to share images of a bruised arm, alleging that Nedu was responsible and that he was violent in that marriage. She said that Nedu had beat her up only a few weeks after a cesarean section. Internet awabiabo. The internet broke into two. People were boiling with venom, fire and grenade and volcano venom. Just call it whatever. And they're like, wait, Nedu, come and sit down here. Men are beating their wives. You too follow beat. You Malta Guinness bottle. You mean that woman couldn't even stop her feet on your short head? You know, people went on Nedu. Like seriously, you short man, small man, beating your wife too? Hey. And they started insulting him, calling him words. Come on, Nedu is that one person that comes out as this cheerful comedian, putting a smile on people's faces. They were like, oh, so you have a dual personality? You go home and beat your wife and then come out and make people laugh? What sort of a horrible person are you? And again, they held their placards. Crucify him. Yes, they urged him to come out and explain himself, and explain he actually did. So Nedu came out on social media via his Instagram handle to make a shocking, devastating revelation. In this groundbreaking post, he said, wait, let me read that particular place for you. That particular groundbreaker. We need to read it together. Let me show you so it won't be like it is only Neze that saw this. First, he denied the allegation of domestic violence. Then he said that our marriage was one plagued with a lot of issues, one of which was continuous infidelity from her side that led me conducting a paternity test on our kids, which led to the revelation that our first son is not my biological son, even though he was born within the period during which we were married. Oh, Barry, it is over. Church Agbasala, Father Allah. Go home. Church Agbasala, Father Allah. You say what? Paternity fraud? Hey, bad thing, I didn't laugh at you. I'm just shocked. Nedu didn't stop there. You know when you push a man to the wall, when he wants to bounce back, he bounces back like an aggrieved goat. Nedu went ahead to share photo images of the DNA test, indeed confirming that this lady put another man's son on Nedu that wasn't his. And I think that was his only son. So there he was raising an only son under the impression that it was his, when it wasn't. You see why it is not good to judge a book by its cover? You see why you shouldn't be moved by first to cry or first to report, first to get to police station? Sometimes it's good to be objective and hear from the both sides. So at this point, all those people that were screaming and yelling, crucify Nedu, took a U-turn and now faced the wife with their double barrel and said, woman, you are a witch. You mean you committed this kind of unthinkable, unforgivable offense, and your husband even protected your honor by not exposing you on social media, and you had the effrontery to come and cry foul when you committed the worst of all offenses in a marriage? You are not a good woman. You are not a nice person. And people turned around and started hitting and hammering Nedu's wife, and that was how we got to know that that marriage had packed up and had been dissolved by the courts. So only a few days ago, Nedu took to social media to bless us, grace us with a picture of his new woman, and people were like, wow, we are so happy for you. After all the trauma and torture that you went through in the hands of your ex-wife, the domestic violence, the paternity fraud, we are so happy to see you with another woman. And we thought it had ended there. But Nedu's wife took to her social media to put up this post, which everybody believed was a cryptic shade to Nedu and his new woman. She said, immediately Nedu's post went up, Hazel Uzo posted, emotional abusers are nice and sweet to everyone except the person they are abusing. People will think that you're lying about them. And the netizens were like, why now, woman? Why don't you just hide your shame? Let this man move on. And on that note, a very serious argument broke out on social media. Now, a lot of men, the men are the ones advocating for this. I said, we no go grill. Enough of these women showing us pepper. All levels of pepper, shege. They have shown us shege. They are advocating that at the point of birth, right in the hospital, the government should make it mandatory, legal, compulsory for DNA tests, paternity tests, to be run on the child to confirm and determine that that child indeed belongs to the father. These people want to divide this country. They don't finally bring wetin go divide Nigeria. Oh, don't say necessary to tell you. This is what the men's are advocating. They are also contending that the legislature should take a look at the rising incidences of paternity fraud and institutionalize it as a criminal offense for a woman to put another man's child on another man. If a man wants to raise another man's child, it's fine, but let him know that that is not his child. You have no right to put a man under the impression that these are his children when they have no blood relationship with him. It's a fraud, it's wicked, and it should be illegal. Women should actually go to jail for committing that offense. This is the position of lots of the men, the dimpas, the red cap chiefs on social media. This is what they're advocating. So let me know what you think in the comments section. What do you think about paternity fraud and its recent surge? Do you buy the opinion and suggestions of this man that it should be compulsory at birth and that paternity fraud should be institutionalized in our law as a criminal offense? Or do you think that we are not ready for this conversation? Just leave it the way it is, please. I beg you. What do you think about this in the comment section? Let me get your feedback and thoughts right down below.